go first?
I do.
Well, since it's your idea, that is.
Hey, Janie.
That's a good
You
idea.
jump in first.
Okay. Iced tea. Iced tea and poetry. A little break for you and me. Grab your cup, put on your smile. Let's enjoy ourselves a while. Thank you, Zach, for this opportunity. And thank you to the Greater Ithaca Activities Center, better known as GIAC. And I thank each of you for taking time this morning to sit and listen to these poems as you relax with your iced tea, hot tea, coffee, or whatever your beverage of choice is for this time of the day. Some of the poems will be haiku, which is a form of Japanese poetry. These poems, as most of you probably already know, only have 3 lines. The first and last lines have 5 syllables. The middle line has 7 syllables. And that's it. First, last, and middle, 3 lines. I'll start by reading 4 haikus in a row. I call them, "Oh, yes, I can." I'm hoping they will encourage you to write your own haiku. You can write haiku. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Try it and you'll see. First, 5 syllables. The next line has 7 more. In with 5, you're done. Exercise your brain. Count 5 plus 7 plus 5. Say, "Oh, yes, I can." Write 1 line a day while you're sitting in your chair. You too can haiku.
Nice.
I like that.
Nice, nice.
You are the first people to hear the next 2 poems. I wrote them last month. One is called Build Your Memories, and the other one is called Rice and Dust. Build your memories, store them away. They'll come in handy some gloomy day. Make some smiles, plant some jokes. Spend your time with happy folks. Play with kids, run with pets. Sit and watch a few sunsets. Start a hobby, walk a mile. Watch a movie, watch a child. Do something fun, go someplace new. Don't let this life bypass you. When you are no longer able to do what you can today, unpack those memories you stored away. Line them up in front of you. One by one, they'll get you through aches and pains, loss of kin, sad goodbyes to old-time friends. Start right now. Stand up if you can. Sit if you must. Wave a hand. Chase away any feelings of dread. Memories help. They'll save the day. Make them and take them along your way.
Very nice.
Yes,
Very
I
nice.
like that.
Rice and dust.
Other one?
Rice and dust. Clinging to crevices. Hiding from footsteps, avoiding the broom. Remnants of meals gone by and walks outside. Dust locked onto clumps of grains. They don't belong together, but there they are, snuggled in the corners, quite comfy, awaiting and dreading certain removal by the vacuum cleaner.
Yes.
That's really nice.
Did you ever think of treating poems like takeout? This is called Poems to Go.
Huh.
Share with a friend. Take one to lunch. Put one in your pocket. Put one in your purse. Write one on your heart. Poems can make you happy. chase away loneliness, give you hope. Read them in silence. Read them aloud. Read them alone. Read them in a crowd. They are small enough to take wherever you go. They are a mini vacation when you are unable to travel, sit in the sun, or watch the snow fall. With poems to go, you'll have it all for a change of pace, a small getaway. Put on a smile, hold your head high, read and laugh, read and sigh. Read and recall how things used to be. Read and then make some new memories. Enjoy your life, you only get one. Do what you can to make it the best for you and for those you know today and for all you will meet along the way.
Thank you.
Writing is very special to me, and it's something I've always enjoyed doing, except if I had to write something for school.
Ah,
This next poem is called Writing Miracles. The words are there waiting, ready to jump out and spill over. Catch them before they go away, never to return. Where do they come from? Where do they go? They come from deep inside. They go to the pen. They flow like water. They sink into the paper. The pen captures them. The eye observes. The mind is in awe. The heart is full. The joy overflows. Another miracle has come for all to see.
nice.
Very nice.
I saw 4 people walking down a hallway in a nursing home. They each had someone in the nursing home, either a husband or a wife. And this poem was inspired by the way they were walking. It's called Arms Swinging. And then I'll read a haiku called True Love. Arms swinging, heart singing, on my way to see my love. Bedbound, chairbound, it's different now. Running, riding, biking, hiking days are gone. Love remains. We sit in silence, enjoying the moment, basking in the warmth of shared years, praying this time will last. True love. Long, slow walks with you. Sunny days, holding your hand. Only sun, no rain. Iced tea break.
Or a Kleenex break.
Have you ever just had to have a certain pair of shoes and so you bought them?
Yeah.
Even though they were not exactly the right size, they were not exactly comfortable. You
Yeah.
told yourself, oh, I'll just break them in. They'll feel better after I wear them a couple of times.
Nope.
But every time you wore those shoes, you sat down every chance you got because they really hurt. They looked great.
Yeah.
This poem is called If the Shoe Fits. A 12 double wide may be your size. A 3 double E you cannot be. A 9 narrow is not for you when your size is just a 2. Stay with the truth. Wear what's for you. If the shoe fits, then that's it. Don't be so vain and walk in pain. Corns will your feet adorn. Hammer toes will give you woes. Bunions are not fun. We're what fits, and that's it.
Been there.
When you
That's
wake up
for
every
sure.
morning, think about this. It's a brand new day. This next piece is called New Day. And afterwards, I'll read a poem called What Did You Do with What I Gave You? We all have certain gifts and talents, skills, but even if we think we don't have any gifts, talents, and skills, we all have life experiences. So after I read, What Did You Do with What I Gave You? I'll follow that one with a poem called The Future. New day. Brand new, made for me and for you. Get up and do something new. Get out and see what you can be. Go on and know new places to go. Don't waste the chance to learn a new dance. This is your life, all yours to live. Take it all in. Find ways to give. Share what you have. No one else can do what is for you. Make someone's day feel brand new too. A better world starts daily with you.
Very nice.
Very, very nice.
What did you do with what I gave you? I planted it in my journal and watered it with my tears and watched it grow into despair. What did you do with what I gave you? I looked at my beautiful growth of despair and watched it fade into nothingness. The nothingness began to change from emptiness to a tiny ray of hope. What did you do with what I gave you? I held on to hope. It was much more beautiful than despair. Hope began to grow so big, I could not let it stay in my journal. Hope spread like a weed. It ran from house to house, from heart to heart, from here to there, and now it's everywhere. What did you do with what I gave you? I gave it to everyone.
Nice.
The future. Past, present, future. The past, long gone. The present, right here. The future, yes. That's what we long for. It will be much better than the past or the present. The future, that mythical time when all will be well. Life will be better. No worries, cleaner air, fresher water. We'll be thinner. The 10 pounds we've been losing will be gone, never to return. The future, our problems will be solved. We look at the past and shake our heads. We endure the present, knowing it does not meet our vision of how things should be. But wait, the future is coming. We can see it from here.
That was great.
Nice.
I really liked it. It was nice.
For many years, I lived in New York City. Lots of homeless people were there. The next poem is about a conversation that never takes place between a homeless person and someone just driving by. It's called Stare. You stare and pretend not to notice. Everything I own is right here, in, under, and around this shopping cart. Bags full, almost bursting, tied securely with knots only I can open. Bags full of pieces of my life. You stare and pretend not to see my dirty, torn, ragged clothing. I need a bath. I need a haircut. I need a place to sit down and rest. I'm homeless. You stare and pretend not to notice. Your gaze does not meet my eyes. You stare and pretend not to notice. You wonder, does he have a family? Is he ill? Why is he on the streets? Does anyone who knows him know where he is? Does he want to live like this? The light changes. You drive away, and yet you stare and pretend not to notice. Underneath that neatly stacked, overloaded pile of possessions, there's life. Pieces of things that keep him going, evidence of where he's been, hope bound up, lots of used to be, lots of I still need that, lots of what if I need that later and I won't be able to find it? So I better hold on to it. I can put it in a bag, tie it on my cart, and keep it with me. It's safe, and I can reach it. I'll need it someday. Oh, but I notice you have your own overloaded, overstuffed shopping cart. You too have bags of disappointments, failures, shame, embarrassment, secrets, pain, loneliness. You try not to think about them. There they are. You pretend not to notice. In unguarded moments, your cart flashes before your eyes. You pretend not to notice.
Mm.
That was
Really
beautiful.
like that. Yeah.
A few months ago, I had an opportunity to talk with a friend for the first time in more than 30 years. We had a lot of catching up to do.
Well, yeah.
So much had changed since we last talked. One thing that did not change was our enjoyment of spending time laughing and talking together. This piece is called Friendship Rekindled. Old days, new friend. We knew each other way back when. Time moved on, we did too. Now our friendship starts anew. Much has changed, you and me too. We were friends back then, we are friends still. Oh, the joy to hear your voice. The thread of friendship still is strong. Threads together become strong like cords. They are hard to break, make hard times easier to take. We laugh, we cry, we reminisce. The best of times are days like this.
Janie, I have to intersperse on this. Because of all these things that have been going on with COVID, I met on Zoom with a number of people that I went to college with. So it was 50 years ago this year because there was supposed to be a reunion, and of course it didn't happen. So one of them arranged the Zoom, and we talked for 3 hours. And then we really had to all leave. And then 2 of us got together on the phone the next day, I think, and talked for another 3 hours.
Oh,
So
wow.
that poem really, really hits my heart. Thank you.
Yes.
Welcome.
Makes you feel good, yes.
Okay, now I want to finish by sharing an essay about a visit I had with my grandmother. It's called A Patch of My Memory. And then I'll read a haiku called Vacation. The house was a zigzag of bedrooms. Every room except the kitchen had at least one bed, each covered with a handmade quilt. The quilts were made of memories, a blouse that had been torn, a favorite shirt ruined by grease spills, a pair of pants too short for any of the fast-growing boys to wear. All of those random pieces of yesterday sewn together and recycled into the present. The only wardrobe closet in the house was piled high with quilts all made for warmth. What could have been a living room was called the front room. A large, soft, heavily quilted bed dominated the front room, reserved for guests and visiting family members. Most of the wall space in this room was covered with pictures of all sizes, a multitude of wrinkled, yellow-edged portraits interspersed with bright, crisp school snapshots, formal wedding pictures, graduation smiles, and a flag-framed military salute. Grandmama lived alone in this maze of memories. Over the years, her house had reluctantly made room for modern conveniences, which seemed to pop up as unexpectedly as some of the reds amid the somber grays of the oldest quilts. There was a telephone and television in her bedroom, where a fireplace was still the only source of heat. An unused pot-bellied stove jutted out in the adjacent room. The kitchen table held a rainbow of homemade jams and jellies, grape, strawberry, apple, mint, and blackberry. A single pipe bent over a deep metal sink provided cold water for the house. An electric stove and refrigerator seemed oddly out of place. I was visiting Grandmama for the first time since childhood and would now be permitted to sleep in the front room, surrounded by that kaleidoscope of faces on the walls. Grandmama and I talked easily of past and present. She spoke of the joy she had being healthy enough to manage the house. After years of raising her own children and some of her grandchildren, she finally had time for herself. She had never lived alone before. While we talked, Grandmama cooked breakfast. Hot coffee, buttered biscuits waited while rice bubbled gently on the electric stove. Suddenly the stove shut itself off. Now there would be no rice, I thought to myself. Grandmama explained, they're building a house up the road and they turn off the electricity when they do the wiring. It'll be off for hours. Grandmama kept right on talking while she reached for a match to light that pot-bellied stove. The rice was bubbling again in no time at all. Grandmama knew all about mixing the past with the present.
That's wonderful, yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
And it's true. It's very true.
Vacation, a haiku. Standing on the shore, miles of water left and right, waves drowning my stress. Thank you.
Wow.
Those were lovely.
It's
Very
wonderful.
nice.
I really enjoyed it. Very,
Thank you
very
so much.
nice.
Thank you for sharing those with me.
Yeah, it brings back memories of things I think is interweaved in all our lives and things, you know. You can think about it. It's nice.
Yeah, you touched on so many subjects, you know. It was
Yeah, makes it so good.
Did it take
Am I
you-
supposed to, excuse me, am I supposed to mute or unmute at this point?
Do you have something you want to share?
Yes, I do, but I was waiting until the other participant finished.
Okay, go ahead.
But Zach, had a heck of a time trying to get in because the password was different on the blue sheet that you sent out than there it was on my iPad. So I finally got in. But I have just one poem, and if you are patient.
Is this Mickey?
It is Mickey.
Okay, so Mickey from McGraw House. I guess, well, thank you, Janie, for your poems and sharing those. And
Very much.
we'll allow Mickey to take the floor for her poem.
Just one question.
This is something somebody else had written. It's not my own. It's blood of a slave. How can I complain with your blood in my veins? My pain is temporary. My pain is self-inflicted. Your pain is unparalleled, instantly convicted to a life sentence. Imagine being imprisoned from birth, mistreated and beaten until you left the earth, told to work, 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 but then told you have no worth, living with these contradictions every day of your life. A time when injustice, time just is another way of life. When I think I have had it bad, I think about my ancestors. Then I think about their strength. I think about their struggles. I think about their faith. I think about their trouble. I think about their options. Then I think about mine, and I realize the difference. Bring chills to my spine. I will do my time. I will not complain. I understand that real struggle with slave blood in my veins. I have a hard time with my vision, so that's why I was so hesitant there.
Who wrote the poem, did you say?
Beg pardon?
Who wrote the
I can't say because I didn't have their permission.
Oh, okay.
But it is a poem that is written by a local person.
Wow.
It's excellent. Thank you for
It is, it
that.
is.
It is, really.
And can I just say one little poem that I learned in my childhood?
Go ahead while you're on the.
Who has seen the wind? Neither you nor I. But when the trees bow down their heads, the wind is passing by. I remember that from my childhood.
That's cute.
Okay, so I have a whole bunch of other poems, but I'm not going to, because my eyesight is so low. I have low vision.
Well, thank you, Mickey. Yeah, thanks for those too, in any case.
Yeah.
So I just had a question for Jeannie. Jeannie, have you been writing poetry for a long time?
No.
Wow. You're just
Yeah.
actually looking, huh? It just
Recently, all of these poems are, I know they are God-given because the way I get my poems is I'll wake up in the morning with one or two words on my mind, and I'll pick up my pen and just start writing, and then boom, there's a poem.
You're amazing. Thank you so much for starting off with these poems. And I'd like to say you are a voice for for the seniors in our community, to sort of highlight everything that's good about being a senior. Having the time to even think. I've just recently retired, but I find great joy in writing. And hope to do a lot more. So I hope we can get together as a group to have some more poetry readings or whatever. I mean, even if we can come together as small groups and work on writing and reading and chatting with each other, but we need this, this connection, and to talk about both our woes and our celebrations of life. Right, so unpack those memories. I loved that a lot. And I don't know if you're willing to share the actual words. I'd really love to post on my Facebook page for my children, and others, and credit you, of course. And I think you should publish a small book, because they're absolutely.
Yay!
Ah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Send
us in dancing. All right,
Oh.
dancing. Read that. Dancing and something.
And
with a wanderer.
Dancing with a Wanderer.
I love that. I mean,
That's
I-
incredible.
And this one is Inspired Musings, Ponderings, and Such.
All right.
Oh, that is so neat.
You tell me how I can get a copy. I'll tell you, I'm at the point now where I'm trying to declutter and downsize, so I don't want to buy anything.
Yeah.
But I would absolutely, and even reluctant to join book clubs because I don't want to buy any more books. But I'd be I'm right on board. I'd be happy to purchase a book and give it away as a gift.
Well,
Especially to another senior that I know. It's so positive. We really need that. So thank you.
well, they are on Amazon and they are available as ebooks, so you don't have to have paper.
Yeah, but I would print it out.
Oh, that's right. You learned how to do all that on Amazon, didn't you?
Yeah, I would like to print it out. I mean, some of the seniors I know, good people, but some folks are just not online. And so
Yes, that's
I'd
true.
love to be able
That's
to get it, print it out. So send us the link, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to learn how to send an Amazon link. Jennifer,
There's also something very, very special though about hearing you read it
Yes.
and watching the gestures. That, I mean, they'd be good to read, but there's something even better about hearing the author's intonations.
Right.
And I mean, just beautiful.
Well, because it's your interpretive voice, you know, that we hear.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even if I did make me cry at one point.
well, I'd be happy to, Francine, I'd be happy to join, you know, another little group, or maybe Zach will start something, who
I
knows?
would love that.
Or maybe we can do it on Zoom since we're in different places, you know, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Like
So
this,
Leslie, you had mentioned that, you know, the reading itself, I'd be happy to do some more readings too.
It
That
sounds
would be
great. I'd like to offer my kitchen for a place, you know, or my den to have a small group of people, you know, maybe next month if it's feasible.
I'm in Tennessee.
Oh my goodness. But you'll just have to come back up.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll be Jeannie.
Yeah. So
I like to write. I like writing, but I've done written very few poems. And I understand to be a good writer, one should really write more poems and think more like a poet, how to economize your words. So that's something else. I hope that, you know, we can come together as a group and just work on poetry. You know, Janie, to tell me more about your method and the haikus, I'd like to work on that.
well, my method is, all I do is just start writing. I don't know about structure and syntax, and I don't know anything about those things.
Yeah, I don't think that's really necessary. Just the idea of what you feel inside.
Yes.
You can feel it. And to me, that's very important, you know, and understand, you know. Yeah.
Well, that's the nice thing about poetry. In some cases, there's rules like haiku. You get 5-7-5, but for kinds of poetry, you make up the rules. You make up what sounds right for expression. So you can do anything, really.
Because it's like your painting, what you put forth, you know.
Yes.
It's nice. It's really nice. I enjoyed it.
Did someone else want to read a poem at this point?
It's not a poem, just little writings, you know. I will. This is something from Maya Angelou. It says, "You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise."
Well, that's marvelous.
Yeah.
This one, I just thought it pertained to like seniors. I know it pertains to me as you get older, things that happen in life, and all of a sudden, this is called "I Am Fine." I am fine. There's nothing the matter with me. I'm as healthy as can be. I have arthritis in both knees, and when I talk with a wheeze. My pulse is weak and my blood is thin, but I'm awfully well for the shape I'm in. Art supports I have for my feet, or I wouldn't be able to walk in the street. Sleep is denied me night after night, but every morning I'm fine. I'm all right. My memory's failing, my head's in a spin, but I'm awfully well to the shape I'm in. The miracle of this as a tale I unfold, that for me and you who are growing older, it's better to say, I'm fine with a grin, than to let folks know the shape we're in.
Hear, hear.
How do I know that my youth is spent? Well, my get up and go has got up and went. But I really don't mind when I think with a grin of all the grand places my get up has been. Old age is golden, I've heard it is said, but sometimes I wonder as I get into bed with my ears in the drawer, my teeth in a cup, my eyes on the table until I get up after sleep. As sleep comes over me, I say for myself, is there anything else I can put on the shelf? When I was young, my slippers were red. I could kick up my heels right over my head. When I grew older, my slippers were blue, but still I could dance the whole night through. Now I am old, my slippers are black. I walk to the store and puff my way back. I get up each morning and dust off my wits, pick up the papers and read the obits. If my name is missing, I know I'm not dead. So I get a good breakfast and go back to bed. The author's unknown for that one.
That's great.
Oh gosh, let's see if I can, let's see. This is my wish for you. Comfort on difficult days, smile when your sadness intrudes, rainbows to follow the clouds, laughter to kiss your lips, sunsets to warm your heart, hugs when your spirits sag, beauty for your eyes to see, friendships to brighten your being, faith so that you can believe, confidence when you doubt, courage to know yourself, patience to accept the truth, love to complete your life. So,
Thank you.
yeah,
Very, very nice.
Nice, Sally.
yeah.
So I have a poem by Rumi that I really like. It's The Guest House. This being human is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness, some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He, the beloved, may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes. Each has been sent as a guide from beyond.
Nice.
Thank you.
I have another short one by Hafiz. Even after
By
all,
who?
by Hafiz. Even after all this time, the sun never says to the earth, you owe me. Look what happens with a love like that. It lights the whole sky.
Very, very good.
Thank you for those,
Thanks,
Gwyneth.
Gwen. Yeah, thanks.
Can't take any credit.
Well,
But
Leslie, are you reading now? Or Gwyneth?
Oh, no, I'm a listener.
Okay. Gwyneth, do you have more?
that's it. Thanks.
You think so or think not?
I think so.
You think so? Okay.
You have something, Francine?
Yes, I have a couple. I'm learning from the former readers. I can't claim to be a poet, but I do have feelings. Okay, I wrote this several years ago, actually in 2008, when asked to write about an old cherished item that we have. I was in a writer's group several years ago, and I decided to write about my home. The name of it is On Balance. I live in a crooked house in Ithaca. It is my home of recent years. Life has not always been this way, stable yet structurally uneven. The husband and children are gone. Years with them need songs for remembrance of life that was fun, abrupt, and fast. Golden are the years in solitude, my own designs, places for things, thoughts my own. No one to blame, a wide open road to do as I please. On balance, I find comfort in the joys reclaimed from long ago, neighborhoods to walk endlessly, something new or familiar at every turn. So that's one.
That's very
I
nice.
like that, yes.
Nice.
I'm working on a blog post about home right now. So I've been thinking about what home means a lot. And I'd be interested to know from each of you, what does home mean? So, but I'm going to read this next one, which I wrote last night. It's called, well, it's about September 11th. Today is September 11th.
19 years? I can't believe it.
19 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
A warm day in September 2001. Now 70 to 80s seem the norm. I wonder why. Is the earth warming? Was September 11th a clarion call to save our own lives? We came together on September 11th to renounce the terror. We identified as Americans. The world mourned with us. Giuliani wore a hat to ground zero and was declared a hero. Now what? Who are our heroes? A Pakistani visitor asked me why Americans like to be scared. What do you mean? I asked. He referred to our passion for sci-fi movies. This observation scared me. Is this who we are? Now what? We need champions for our collective souls and decent behavior again. That's it for me.
That's good.
Thanks, Francine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very nice. Anyone else?
Zach, do you have any poems?
Yeah, I got two. Not of my own, of my father.
Oh.
They involve me. Is a poet. He's a professor up at GIAC Community College. He's got a few books. And this is, well, can't really see it so well. This is an older book. That's me on the back with him.
Aww.
Gives you an idea of how old it is. I've made it into a couple of the poems. So I'm going to read one of them that he wrote about me. This is about me as as a pretty small kid, but I think anybody that had a kid can sort of share some of the feelings that it talks about. So it's titled Zach. Here it is. My small son sits in the shade of the huge willow, a few feet from me, miles away, one by one dropping pebbles into a cup. He's still in heaven. He looks up and watches for many seconds the spot where a bird has been. Some nights he dozes off in my arms and I carry him. It's like carrying 30 pounds of sleep.
Aw. Very nice.
Yes.
Great.
I've always liked that line about 30 pounds of sleep. I don't know, it captures something.
That's really nice to have a book, where you can sort of connect with your father over the years.
Yeah, and he's had, every couple of years he's had a new book, and he always gives it to me for Christmas or whatever. Sometimes, when you receive something at Christmas, it ends up in a pile, and it may be months before I realize that I've got it there, and like, Oh, well, it's always kind of fun to realize there's a book that I haven't looked at and look over these these poems and
GIAC.
to find them. But
Right.
GIAC.
there's another one. The book he wrote. This book is called "The Nap by the Waterfall." He's primarily a nature poet, but this is one about his father and his father, an interaction or a lack of interaction between his father and his father's father. So this is my father talking about his grandfather, and I guess I'm reading about my great-grandfather. So several generations. All right. It's called The Man in the Yard. My father told me once that when he was about 20, a new girlfriend, and one stopped by the house on the way to somewhere, just a quick stop to pick something up. And my grandfather, who wasn't well, it turned out he had TB and would die at 52, was sitting in a chair in the small backyard. My father knew he was out there, and it crossed his mind that he should take his girlfriend out back to meet him. But he didn't, whether for embarrassment at the sick, fading man, or just because he was in a hurry to be on his date. He didn't say, but he told the little uneventful story anyway, and said that he had always regretted not doing that simple, courteous thing. The sick man sitting in the sun in the backyard would have enjoyed meeting her, but instead he sat out there alone as they came and left, young lovers going on a date. He always regretted it, he said.
That's great.
So
I
He's got-
regret.
yeah, regrets.
Yes.
He's got some other books, but I'll leave that for other times.
Thank you, Zach.
What a wonderful gift.
And it's really nice, you know.
It is a wonderful gift.
Yeah.
Well,
Drink some booze.
I think that this was a lot of fun, and I
Permit.
appreciate everyone that participated, whether your own work or something that just resonates with you. And I would, I'd definitely like to try to do it again.
I think it would be wonderful.
Yeah, I think it'd be good to, even if it's, whether it's poetry or writing. I like to hear what other people are, how, as you said, Janie, musings,
Next time.
I'd certainly like to do this again.
It was very
Absolutely. I love this event. May I ask everyone, what does home mean to you? I mean, just one word or two words. What does home mean to you? Because I'm conflicted with so many thoughts about it.
To me, it means safety.
Safety and love.
Safety and love.
I was thinking unguarded.
Oh.
And I always think peace.
Peace. Okay.
I think comfort.
Comfort.
Yeah.
No one said love.
Love. Myra, you said love?
It is.
Yes, that's. Oh, this is Ithaca, isn't it? It's a very comforting place to be.
Comfort and security.
Security, yes.
a good one, yeah.
Even with this COVID-19, it's all of these.
Unfortunately, I have to go. Thank you all so very much. That was wonderful.
Carolyn.
Thank you.
Hi, Leslie.
Thank you.
And
Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Janie, do send the name of your book. Is there a listserv, Zach? Or can people just send, can she just send that information to you and you forward it to me?
Well, there's not really a listserv other than, I mean, I guess I have an email group that includes everyone here, I think. Facebook is also available. I don't know if, but not everybody does that. But with all of your permissions, I would post this on the group Facebook page.
Don't think I'm on the Facebook page, but
Well, that's a place that I share information, and I've put the videos of the breakfast stories, and it'd be a place for the group to communicate if you want to do it there.
okay. All right, Janie, will you just mention again the name of the book? I could not see it when you held it up, and how it's available on Amazon, you said?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay, the name again is?
Dancing with a Wanderer.
Okay. Thank you.
And the other one is Inspired Musings.
Inspired what?
Musings, Ponderings, and Such.
And touch?
Such, S-U-C-H.
Okay, and such. Excellent, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any are the oh, I'm sorry, Francine, go ahead.
No, I'm done.
Janie, on the ebooks from oh, excuse me. Aren't we all glad we're not together right now?
COVID.
On the ebooks on Amazon, like I have a Nook, which is Barnes and Noble. Do ebooks, can they be downloaded into any e-reader,
My sister can answer that.
Oh, okay. Jennifer?
Yes.
Yes, okay. All right, I hadn't tried that. Okay.
Zach, are you still there? I guess so, you're the host. So,
I am.
well, lunch at Kelly's next week. I'm interested. Is there anything that I or we need to do, or just show up?
You can just show up. So far, there's maybe 13, 14 people that I've heard from. Almost everybody's getting there on their own. Assuming you'd bike over or drive over.
You can walk over. It's a
or
bike.
walk over.
Yeah.
So as long as you don't need transportation, then you can just show up.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a good day, everyone.
You said it,
Well,
Zach,
The poetry.
oh, Mickey, yes.
you said as long as you don't need transportation, as long as you don't need transportation?
Then you don't need to let me know.
Oh, I see. Thank you.
All right, everyone.
Wait.
yeah.
Okay, Helen, I was looking to see where Helen was. I thought you fell asleep. I wanted to make sure that.
Oh, I'm listening. I'm listening. Very nice.
Okay, just wanted to make sure we were all safe.
I'm enjoying your tomato sauce, Joanne.
Oh. Yeah, somebody should write an ode to tomatoes. Ode to cherry tomatoes, right?
That was like
They
when
are delicious.
my daughter-in-law, she doesn't like tomatoes at all, but her neighbor had left some on her steps for her, so she gave them to me, so I enjoyed them, And I thought about you, Joanne, too.
Oh.
Oh, golly.
Okay, folks, this was great. I really enjoyed
Yeah.
it.
It was wonderful, yes.
I think we should do it again. I really
So
do.
yes, we'll definitely do it again. Look for, well, I'll have it on the next calendar, and keep writing, keep perusing your books that you have for stuff that you'd like to share, and we'll see you at that time, if not before.
Okay.
Thanks again.
Bye-bye.
Thank you in particular.
Bye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here it's up.
Have a good day.
Okay, you too. Bye.